Alrighty, it's that time of year again. The Dominion Online Championship is upon us. For anyone unfamiliar, the structure is it's just one massive single elimination bracket. Every round is a best of 7. First to 3.5 wins advances. Loser goes home. Probably already is at home, but is no longer in the tournament. The seeds are all based on your pre-tournament rating. So everyone visible here, I'm sure, has a bye through the first round. There is a little bit of randomness to it. So you can see, for example, that I'm the 3rd seed, but I'm in the same region as the 9th seed, which means that if we both make it far enough, we'll play in the round of 16, which is not what you'd expect. Normally the 3rd seed would play the 14th seed, and 8 would play 9. But they take the top 8 and they scramble them. So if you're in the top 8, you're going to be guaranteed one of the top 8 seeds, but not necessarily your exact seed. And they take 9 through 16 and they scramble those. So you're within the vicinity of your true seed, but that added randomness, I think, is meant to stop people from trying to game the system. Like, you can't look at all the ratings one day before the tournament and say, I want this path to finals, and then move up or down 1 or 2 seeds strategically, because you don't know exactly who you'll be facing. But that's the general structure. For, I think, purely organizational purposes, they break it into 8 smaller brackets, this year festively themed after the new Rising Sun cards. Structurally, that's no different than just having one massive bracket. In fact, they do have the full bracket visible here. It's really big. But I think it's just easier to think of as 8 small individual brackets, where the winner of those brackets goes on to form the final bracket of 8. I was randomly sorted into the poet bracket this year, and so in keeping with that theme, I decided to write a poem on the relative virtues and vices of each of the 8 divisions. Ahem. The Ronin is a fearsome foe, but with a past that's checkered. The craftsman builds till drawing deck or folds the Black & Decker. Although Tanuki's ballsy can be a bit too brazen, the knockoff cash-strapped new militias at least sneak some plays in. The artists are top tier, considered as a superset. Alas, they're kinda carried by a group not mentioned yet. The fish folks, though they're cheap and stink, for mongers are top 2. And Daimyo, they're at 10 of 10. Well, once you have a few. The poets, they've perfected patience, prudence, poise, and passion, plus assonance, alliteration, and aplomb in action. But work too hard and care too much, keep trying when they stumble, and when perforce they win it all, they're always much too humble. And so with that, here's my first match of the tournament, which technically is round 2. Alrighty, got my first match of the 2024 Dominion Online Championship. This is round 2, but I had a bye. And now we're playing Escoglund. What are we doing here? No plus buy that I can see, but plenty of gains. Duplicate as a gainer. Develop, kiln, lots of gains. Oh, there is plus buy. There's Way of the Monkey. So all the actions are plus buy. We have 10 plus buy cards. Orchard obviously suggests building, which I'm sure one would do anyway. Actions, there's Blessed Village and Conclave, also Bustling Village hiding down there. Artist is draw, Old Witches draw, Map Maker. Got all the stuff. Pretty much everything in this kingdom looks potentially relevant. Orchard makes winning the settler split actually like a little important, because like if it goes 3-2 your way, you get 4 extra points for that, whereas settlers is normally not an important card. How to open? I think I agree with develop on 3. Thinning is good. Not sure what to pair with it. Conclave develop. Decent chance at hitting 5. Isn't a problem if I collide it with the develop. On 3-4, you could open Blessed Village. I don't like the turn 1 boons as much as turn 2 boons, though. I think I'm just going to say Conclave develop. This looks like a pretty solid draw. I'll take it. Develop turn 3 means I get to play whatever I top deck turn 4. They also have a nice draw. Trade on top. Interesting. Feels like this hand hits 4 for them pretty often. I would feel a little bit better top decking Chariot Race, because I have a better chance of hitting 5 with the Conclave still down there. I think if you're in there, she's your top deck a silver. I might top deck silver anyway. I don't know that. I don't love the idea of having silver on the deck. I think I'm going to go Chariot Race. Seems likely enough to hit 5 with a Conclave down there. Alright, never mind. Apparently should have been silver. Like this is the case for silver, is if you find both the states, you still hit 5. Which I did not. I'd rather draw the copper than not. And they went for an early duplicate. That's greedy, but not necessarily wrong. I think I'm inclined to just take a Blessed Village here. That's a good boon to get next turn. Alright, so they have hit 5. I have too much money. Did not need 7. Definitely buying settlers here. I have multiple villages down there, only one terminal, so I could top deck a develop for additional thinning. I don't necessarily need multiple develops. Could just be a chariot race. I think this seems safer. Two develop seems alright, because once you, like if you thin quickly, you could develop one develop into like a settlers on a 4, and then you still got value out of it. But I also wouldn't mind just having a bunch of draw here and playing with a single develop. Okie dokie. What's my bottom card? I think it's a copper. Yeah. I'll take plus buy here, I think, rather than trigger the shuffle. I think I'm going to buy the Old Witch first, and then Blessed Village on account of Moon Boon. Alright, we got Mountain Sex instead. Actually, silver's fine here. You're getting it for free. I don't hate it. Opponent seems to be having a pretty solid turnover there. I'm going to guess they're in the lead. They're player 1. And we're otherwise in a pretty similar spot of having 2 Old Witches. But they found both of theirs on top this turn. Whereas I am looking at a potential dud. Definitely Blessed Village here. That's not the one I wanted to see. I'm concerned about terminal space for this turn. I was really hoping for Field's Gift to help rectify that. Settlers. Oh no. Oh no. So they've scored 2 off their chariot races. Double kill. That is so greedy. Can your deck support 2 kilns and a duplicate? I mean, they're drawn over there, but okay. Well, there's a chance that I find a Blessed Village off the top. Alrighty, there we go. My luck is holding up. Alright, I got 9. If I wanted to buy 2 things, I could monkey this. I could also just trash something. Both of those seem to have appeal. I think I prefer thinning and then just buy an artist. Artist seems pretty good. Top ticket chariot race. What are these bottom 5? Blessed Village, copper. I think some number of curses, right? Haven't I taken a bunch of curses? The argument for not top decking anything is that they play a bunch of chariot races next turn. I don't top deck anything. The chariot race checks one of these cards, which does have a lot of junk, but also has a bunch of expensive stuff. Whereas I think these bottom 5 might have a higher proportion of junk cards, be more likely to have a 0 cost card on top. I'm not sure that's worth stressing over. I'd rather get rid of the estate. I think it's a curse on top. I guess this is another reason, potentially, to have not top deck something is, I believe that's the curse. I could be making that up. But if it's the curse, I would rather have it in my hands. I could trash it to the Old Witch. It's a nice boon to get. It was a curse. Sad. These shuffles are awkward. I don't like seeing all the Blessed Villages in one hand, And then all the terminals coming up in a minute. Once again, gonna buy a boon and hope that saves future shuffle somehow. It's not what I needed, but I can't complain about getting Swamp's Gift. Alright, Conclave saves the day. Trashing the duplicate seems sensible. You can't play it. Gotta watch out for piles. Curses are already low. Chariot Race is almost out. Blessed Village could run any minute now. Probably I want to maintain a points lead, if at all possible. I already played one Chariot Race, so probably Artist now. Kind of want to gain and play Develop, but I don't think that's possible. So maybe the silver becomes something. What's my bottom four? Is it just a bunch of curses? Do I only have 3 curses? I guess so. So there's a curse down there. I'm not exactly sure what else. Another Chariot, I think. Nothing amazing, nothing terrible. So I probably want to play something for plus buy, I think, given how much money I've got. Silver into maybe Settlers and a duplicate. And then I can draw the duplicate, play that, play Chariot Race for plus buy like an Artist and something. Maybe 2 Conclaves, just for the points. Settlers on top, I don't think it makes a difference, actually. Maybe it does make a difference. I was thinking Settlers isn't going to activate here. I might as well put it on top. But if I put it on top, it's definitely not activating next turn. So I'd rather draw through it, I think. Okay, 11. If I wanted to be super conservative, it could be like 2 Conclaves and Old Witch, because that gets me Orchard points. I think I care about the Artist more. I can complete the trifecta on some of these other cards on a future turn. I don't think they're going to win next turn. That's probably not a major threat. So I've got 3 Blessed Villages, 3 Conclaves, 3 Chariot Races. I believe I have 2 Settlers. I'd like to get another one of those if possible. They just got their 3rd Old Witch. I've got a Chariot Race on top. That's probably not an expensive enough card to check with this Chariot Race. So I'll play Will-O-Wisp and see. Still Chariot Race on top. I think I'll take my chances on a random card. Turns out it would have worked out alright regardless. Okay, I already have Blessed Village in play. Settlers, Artist. Well, this turn ends a little bit prematurely. I want points, which I think is probably Settlers and either Old Witch or Artist. Probably Artist right now. Easier to gain Old Witch off of Develop, for example. Unfortunately, I think I might be taking those last 2 curses. Copper on top, sad times. I think I like my position now. Oh, can you afford you? I'm up in points, and that is one of the lowest piles. That seems daring. Do I play Develop first? Probably not. Rather retain the flexibility to develop a better card than draw one extra card. Okay, haven't played a Settlers yet. Haven't played a Chariot Race yet. Artist now. Alright. I have a third one down there. Let's put the Blessed Villages first, see if we can find it. Nope. Did I make that up? Oh, I have 3 in play. I don't know. For some reason, I thought I'd only played 2. I was mistaken about that. All right. Is there a win here? Don't need to worry about points. If I play the duplicate, develop Conclave into Chariot Race and something worth 5, this feels like it should win, right? Play duplicate, develop Conclave, gain a Chariot. I have to hit 12. No. I need to hit 10 and 2 buys to pay off the debt and buy 2 plus villages. That seems pretty trivial here, yeah. Should have left a copper. Alrighty, that's game 1. Win is player 2, always good. Oh wait, I was just player 2. Now we're good. Okay, what have we here? City Quarter for draw, as well as Longship. There is Longship and City Quarter are also the actions. We got Thinning with Church, Salvager, Rope, plus buys Rope, also Salvager, and a lot of overlap. The draw and the actions are the same, the plus buy and the trashing is the same. There's also Weaver for gains. Is there any case to be made to not trash the estates? Is that ludicrous? Like, what if you just set aside the estates every turn with Church, and then you can collect all those juicy marshland points? That's probably dumb. I don't know. Marshland's a pretty strong card, like surprisingly strong. I might talk myself into doing something stupid here. Is there a good way to discard Weavers? I should also think about that. It appears the answer is not really. There's Marshland. Marshland can trigger your Weavers. Which means you can play the Weaver non-terminally and make 1 money off of it using the Marshland effect. That's something. There's some synergy there, but it's not one of Weaver's stronger synergies. I think I want Marshlands. That's all I know. How do I get there? I don't know, I'm drawing a blank here. The sensible thing to do would be to open with like double church or something, then a bunch of cards, and then build back up. I'm just irrationally sentimentally attached to hold on to these starting estates somehow. I want to open with Weaver, but Weaver and a 2 doesn't sound great. I don't know. So if Marshland runs, you'd easily pile estates. I'm going to click Weaver and trust this goes somewhere. It's tax church. I think they do that in England. It's not a thing in the United States. Germany too, I believe. They bought a silver. Ew. Do not like. Second Weaver, just a church now. Unclear. Take another Weaver. I really do not know what I'm doing here. It's tax gold. Relic. So that's how you want to play. I've seen 3 coppers in an estate. So these are both coppers down there. I've only got 1 church, probably second church, and a wishing well. Double relic. My opponent is a jerk. I don't know, just more weavers. I've seen 4 coppers and an estate. There's multiple coppers down here. Multiple coppers. Multiple coppers. Nope. Rope. City quarter. Final answer. I should probably get a relic at some point. I don't know about 2 relics, but I think the attack matters here. Copper? I swear there are coppers in my deck somewhere. I haven't tracked anything really. They're hiding. Okay. How about another church? Province. Fascinating. Can't say I agree with that one. So I don't have another church down here, which is unfortunate. Not exactly sure what I do have down there. When in doubt, copper. Let's put something into this shuffle before I trigger it. And church. No, well, at least the estates missed the shuffle. Oh no. Oh, you're gonna make me think. Trash 3 coppers, it's not a copper. I've seen all my estates. What is my mystery bottom card? It's not a rope, that was in play. It's 2 churches, I think. Yeah, I think it's another church. Huzzah. Okay, here we go. Something's got to happen this turn, surely.
All right, Wishing Well is empty. Kind of just want to pile drive marchlands and then estates. Maybe that's ludicrous. All right, there's one more copper down there, I do believe. Not exactly sure what else. 2 more estates is probably a better thing to wish for. Okay, well now there's 1 estate down there and 1 copper. And a weaver? I wish for the bad thing. Is it a weaver? We're gonna find out if I know what's in my deck. It is a weaver. I haven't figured out how to get money into my deck. Probably I'm gonna gain some silvers next turn if I can draw. Let me undo this. I want to buy a second city quarter. And the 2 coppers would get me there. They taxed city? When did you do that? Why did you do that? Fine. I'm just going to be in debt forever. That's fine. Still haven't figured out how I'm hitting 5. But it's going to happen eventually. Okay. There's an estate down there. Not going to bother figuring out what else. What is the mystery final card? I think I've seen all of my churches, all my ropes, all my estates, all of my coppers. I think I've seen all my coppers. Yeah, I've seen all my coppers. Do I have another wishing well? I do. Okay. Let's gain money. How much is this hitting? 8, 9, 10, 11. Not enough to do nice things with Marchland quite yet. But any second now. Just you wait. Need more rope. Gonna need to get another church next turn. I never did get a relic. Kind of forgot about that detail. You bought a gold. I put a tax on that. Where did the tax go? How did you... Did they buy a gold with tax? They bought a bunch of gold. They took 3 debt to buy a... That's upsetting. Maybe there's some like accidental reverse psychology there. Like realistically, I probably shouldn't be taxing gold because like I want my opponent to buy the golds. But maybe they're thinking, because they taxed the gold, I really don't want them to get the gold. And so then they feel compelled to take it to prove me wrong. Like, oh, he must actually think that gold's a good card here. I was just taxing gold out of principle. But if they want to buy gold, so I mean, knock yourself out. All right, I want to hit 12 here. Seems like the key number. 4, 8, 9, 10. So I need a little bit more money. How about just 2 silvers then? I also need to get a church. Okay. Set aside a bunch of stuff. Set aside a bunch more stuff. Next turn will be all right. Okay. Marchland time. How exciting. Probably just buy a second Marchland. Marchland City Quarter, just City Quarter, just Marchland. Relic still looks good, but I don't want to attack them when they're attacking themselves enough already. I just want another marshland. And I seem to be overdrawing just fine, so I'm not going to take another city quarter. Church. Don't trash. Don't trash. Don't trash. Alright, well there's my deck. Set aside a bunch of stuff. Do I want to gain and play anything here? Maybe. Like I make 2 money by just discarding a Weaver and a Wishing Well. But I think this is net better. How many silvers do I want? Unclear. I'm just looking at how much I've set aside. I feel like I'm going to draw just fine. And actions. Did this pile out? How many did I just discard? I discarded 3, 5, 8 cards. So I'm gonna make 8 money. I think this just piles, doesn't it? Am I making this up? Yeah. There we go. That is definitely the correct way to play that kingdom. All right, 2-0, going into game 3. What is this? Villages are a little bit limited. The first aristocrat and the 5th aristocrat are villages. Cristobal can be a village. Bustling village deciding. There's a lot of villages that are just all awkward. There's also orb and staff from the searches. So plenty of villages, none of which are all too convenient. A footpad. This is a card that I often forget to make note of. As far as stuff that shows up in the kingdom that you naturally overlook and shouldn't, footpad is definitely on there. Because like, as a card, it's not that strong, but this bottom effect has monumental impacts on the game. Footpad makes mine a bit better. And that's just about it. If you trigger search in your action phase, like you mine the last crystal ball out of the pile, then that could draw. But I think that's the only footpad synergy of note. So I kind of want to open mine now. How did I pass that up? Where's this going? Probably want like a pair of aristocrats, so you are likely to find one, and then aristocrat envoy is a lot to draw. Maybe settlers get taken, and then you could take a bustling village situationally. I kind of feel like this deck is supposed to be: you play an aristocrat, you play an imperial envoy, you play your second aristocrat, and you play a mine, something like that. I'm gonna buy a search. This might be a little bit greedy. Settlers, I think, is the less risky buy, kind of a do nothing buy, whereas search, if you manage to not line it up with your mine, is a happy buy. What do they do? Cabin Boy search seems reasonable enough to me. Do I want Cabin Boy? Probably. Just gonna take silver now. Second Cabin Boy. Boy, I sure hope I don't draw my search. Alright, we're fine. Seems like aristocrat time. I wonder if footpad is ever worth getting. Like the attack's not nothing, but terminal space here is just so limited. This money does not matter. Don't know what I'm buying. Envoy, probably. There is a non-zero chance I draw my aristocrat here. Or I could just draw all of my terminals in the same hand. That's fine too. Well, I guess I'm going to go with the mine then. It gets me the farthest through my deck, and the rest of my deck is all useless. They trashed a Cabin Boy to gain a Cabin Boy. Intriguing. I still haven't played my search yet. The one that I open with. I'm just now noticing that. Yeah. Terminal collision is a thing. Okay, I got another 6. Don't know what I want on 6. I can't support a second Imperial Envoy, but it might be reasonable to take one anyway, just so that I am more likely to find it. Because it is a pretty strong card here. Maybe just Crystal Ball. Yeah, I think I'm going to take Crystal Ball. This is too much money. I don't know what to do with all this. Do I want more Crystal Balls? If you draw your deck, which I have perhaps fantastical aspirations of doing, Crystal Ball is just a copper. But in theory, or I guess in practice is what I'm looking for. In practice, Crystal Ball might do some useful stuff here. I don't know, maybe just Reap? There's nothing my deck really needs right now. As far as like putting there's stuff my deck needs to do. I need to play my mine a bunch. I need to line up my aristocrat and my envoy. I need to get this search into play. There's not much I can buy that helps me do that. I don't know, I guess. Reap, Envoy, Crystal Ball. None of it sounds great. None of it's just like screaming to me, do this thing. I guess I'll go with Reap. So down here in the bottom 7, I have one cantrip, no cantrip, some number of cantrips and 2 draw cards, which hopefully I'll find one. Nope. But I got the trash in the state. I'll take that. I don't know what to do here. I don't want anything. Next turn, I'm going to have a nice turn. Maybe I need more. Do I need more plus buy? I don't know what I want. Nothing at all appeals to me. My deck can't do all too much. Just playing one envoy and buying 2 things. That's not. But I can't really support playing 2 envoys very reliably. I guess I'm going to take a second envoy. Just considering how important plus buy is here, I don't want to have just the one envoy. Did they have 6 exactly? Yeah, I guess they did. Do I even play this? Bottom 3 have a mine. I'm not really sure what else. Probably some coppers. I take 2 debt, and I make sure my Crystal Ball misses. See, I think I don't play the envoy. Play that. Is it greening time, I guess? Am I going for provinces or duchy and duke? Probably provinces, because plus buy is more limited. So maybe just province Cabin Boy? I wish I had any idea what I was doing here. It still feels early to agree. I mean, I have, in theory, 3 buys. I could do a lot more than 12 money. Maybe I should continue onwards. But what does that look like? What am I adding? There's nothing in this kingdom. I'm like, man, I really want that card in my deck right now. I'm just going to hit green. Oh! Oh my goodness. I've overlooked that this whole game. You can just pop your Cabin Boys for +1 card? That's cool. It's like a caravan in disguise. How did I miss that? Well, yeah, let's do this. And then I activate the search, and then I get an extra draw out of that. How exciting. Hammer. Hammer seems fine. I'd rather a card that had +bio on it, probably. The ideal would be Staff. Staff is in general the best loot, and does not seem like an exception here. Bottom card, I believe, is a Crystal Ball, so probably no need to play the Imperial Envoy, I don't think. I think I just turn this into another Crystal Ball, and I draw everything. Yeah. Silver. Still struggling with +buy, aren't I? Maybe I should have played the Imperial Envoy anyway. Just for the buys. Don't think another pile's gonna empty, so probably not another search. Province. I guess Reap. Maybe I need a 3rd Envoy? I don't know. Do I pop these for search? I kind of want to find a draw card. There we go. I did this in a bad order. I should have figured out what that card was. And if I knew it was a province, what I should have done was play the hammer first to draw it. Oh, that wouldn't draw it. I'm on my buy phase. Footpad isn't active in the buy phase. I was thinking if I gained a card here, it would get me past the province, but that's not true. That was a lie. Well, my discard has a bunch of junk, right? 2 searches and a province. If I play the Crystal Ball, I have a chance of getting a search into play, which is something positive. But it might not be worth the cost of top decking a search on a province. So perhaps instead I just leave the Crystal Ball unplayed. Still hitting 16. I don't know what I'm buying. Or sorry, I know what I'm buying. I don't know what I'm gaining. I guess another Aristocrat. Fortunately, I planned this so I get all of my terrible decision making out of my system in the first match, and then I can make good decisions in future matches. Okay, this has got to be a win, right? 2 money, 4 money, 5 money, 8 money, 10 money. How exciting! All right, 3-0. Ooh, this looks fun. So we've got Cursed Villages draw, Stewardess draw, the various spirit piles all have draw in them. There's Villa for +buy and actions, Cursed Villages actions, TR is also +buy. Thinning, we got Exorcist, Steward, Cathedral, Count, Mine. Got everything we need. What to do here? Um, Cursed Village Villa. There's a bit of synergy there. Where like you put your treasures into play, you buy a villa, then you play your Cursed Village and draw back up. Is the deck that we're building to just like Cursed Villages, Villas, and Stewards? The trouble with the Cursed Village deck is just like the action-based payload, like it exists, there's Steward and Count, which is not very good. Whereas Tiara makes treasures better than usual. So I'm not sure if the deck should be Cursed Village centric, or if it should just be like a Cursed Village or two in the early game pays off, and then you end up building a more traditional draw engine. Is it always possible to gain a villa at the right time? I don't think so. Like you can lurk villas back from the trash, but not in your buy phase, which is when you would need to do that. I see Exorcist. I'm going to click Exorcist, and we'll think about the rest of it in a minute. Turn 2. Cathedral seems decent here. You could thin the coppers with Cathedral. Probably works fairly well with Cursed Village. Steward also looks like a pretty good opening buy. Either Cathedral or Steward. I'm gonna take Steward. They went with Count. I don't believe in Count. Use Ball for like excess Steward or something. Alright, we'll hit 3 again. Cathedral's still on the table. Sure, why not? Need some V8. Maybe that'll set my mind straight. Lurker. May I interest you in a bureaucrat? Trash 2, 2 coins and buy thing. Trashing 2 sounds better. Do I have 2 lurkers? Am I making that up? Take more lurkers. And an imp. We're going for the mass count deck. I want to say I don't understand their deck, but like, I'm not sure I understand my deck either, so. Okay. How many lurkers do I have? Do I have 3 lurkers? I think that bottom card's a lurker. What if I gain a villa? Steward, lurker, buy a copper. And more imps or more will-o-wisps? I think I can support a second imp. It looks like they're going for like Cursed Village Count, draw to X with a Tiara in there. I feel like the Tiara plays awkwardly with the rest of that deck, but everything here is a little bit awkward. Aha! They got bureaucrated. Now your time for bureaucrat has elapsed. Too late. More lurkers. Goodbye, steward. Okay, here we can do the villa thing. And probably draw the steward first and then think. What all do I want in my deck? How about a mine? I think that pairs nicely with the bureaucrat. Or maybe it doesn't. Maybe the mine just dies after all. Oh, shoot. Scan a villa, I guess. Please don't tank it. Pretty please. No. Aha! They fell for my trap. Now I have to top deck something. Okay. Well, I still need another cursed village. Diluted. I can get by that with ball. Could also just buy nothing. Not the most efficient use of count ever. Just I think. Oh, they don't have cathedral. I was gonna say cathedral deal with the curse naturally, but that presumes that they had bought it, which they did not. Mine or lurker, one of these dies. Probably doesn't matter. Uh-oh. Where I have another cursed village, right? Am I making that up? I think I just bottom decked it. Hello, mine. Villa. Cursed village. Alright, so the end goal of this deck is pile out by playing a bunch of lurkers. I guess they buy a province here. Right? Pounds are low. Pounds are awfully low. Alright, well. Let's see what we can do. Can I pile out? Three lurker play. Yep, this looks like it checks out. Alrighty, that's the match. Good games to you. On to round 3.